Yay!
We're live. Woo-woo.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to what month is this? April. April's Reading Challenge Bookopoly Live. I feel like I always have to look at the calendar and be like, what is this? I should have known.
Pepper's all excited.
This month because of Easter. Everything's been chaotic for Easter.
Yeah.
Yeah, we started.
Easter was so early too, so it's like Easter or April hit, and then Easter, bam. We were like, oh, okay, it's here.
Yeah, the Holy Week was like technically the last week of March, which was
weird.
Early. Yeah. Anywho, sorry we're starting a minute late. We had Pepper pulling out cords that we needed to
not do.
It's fine.
It is. And then you saw him get all wound up here. He's all, I don't know, hyped up for something.
That's all. He's always hyped up, I feel like.
Yeah, but normally he doesn't jump on me. That's occasion. Not when we have these. He jumps on me other times.
Did you change your background?
No, I used.
Or am I losing my mind?
I changed this. I took the Christmas decor down.
It's different. I like it.
Yes, the Christmas decor is not up there no more because it's not Christmas.
Because it's April.
Yeah, so I did more flowers and.
Okay, I was just saying, I swear that it looks different, but I like it. It's very nice.
Yeah.
Welcome. Okay, so we do have one announcement, and then we'll hop into our recap. We hope you guys had a wonderful Easter, since Easter has just passed by, and a good, enjoyable, by good I mean enjoyable month of reading. Because, hey, Heather, I know Heather messaged me and said she's missed the last couple ones, so welcome.
So good to see you, Heather.
Okay, so our one announcement is that our second Zoom meeting of the year, we do have
our first.
We'll put the first. Guys, if you knew the month I had.
Like, we haven't had a Zoom yet. It's only April.
It's like, my brain is thinking we're in the second quarter, and that's what I did.
That's fair. Because you're right. We are in the second quarter.
Yep. Sorry about that. It is our first Zoom of the Bookopoly Challenge. Congratulations to Heather's friend had a baby on Easter. That's so special. Yes, so for those of you who are new, we do 3 Zooms a year. And those are not recorded, so if you can't come, that's fine. It's not mandatory, it's not required. It's just a hangout time where we can chat with you guys face-to-face and talk about whatever you want to talk about. For those of you who have joined us for that in the past, you know how that goes. But that will be April the 27th, which is a Monday at 2 o'clock Central Time. We'll put that in the email, so don't stress about that.
Same time as today for time zone peoples that need to figure that out. Same time as today.
No.
Just a different day.
No.
You're right. It's an hour later.
Don't confuse people any more than they are already confused, Cassie.
You know what? Today is confusion day. We're just going to confuse all the peoples.
2 o'clock Central, which is an hour later than we normally have our lives. But it'll be on a Monday.
To be fair, I actually thought today it was at 2. So I was like, I had planned out my entire day for 2. And then I looked at my calendar. I'm like, wait a minute.
Never mind.
It's an hour earlier. So.
Okay.
So that's why. That's why 2's in my head.
We'll get you guys I've got to create the Zoom link for that, but I'll get that out in the email so that you have that. You're welcome to join. We'd love to have you. We, again, just hang out and chit chat a little bit. We go pretty off topic in those, which is fun. But yeah, we'll hang out for an hour. And then that's our only April announcement, I think, pertaining to the challenge anyway. In other news, I get to go see Cassie next weekend, so I'm excited to be together in person. Unfortunately, that won't impact you guys, but we'll have fun. Yeah. So maybe we'll take a picture. In all honesty,
maybe that's a real maybe.
Yeah, we usually forget to do that, so I don't know. We'll see. Yes, they are the best kind of Zoom calls. And yes, Pepper, welcome, Lucy. Pepper is active today.
He is.
Another Pepper sighting here in a minute.
He'll bring his toy back, I'm sure. Well, after he pulls all the sheets off the bed. Oh,
right,
nope, here he comes. Here he comes. Ready? There's his tail.
He's feeling better today. He's been not feeling so great lately.
Yeah.
So, all right. With that, Cassie, how many books did you read in whatever last month was?
March. I read 13 books.
It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, so for context, I feel like it's still February, like the first week of February in my brain, guys. That's how much like stuff has happened since February. So it's fine. What did you read this month, Cassie?
So, sorry, I know Pepper's playing fetch while we do this, so don't mind him. It's the first time he's played fetch in like a week and a half, so I'm kind of like, let's encourage it. The first book I read was North and South, which Coralie has. I don't own, so Coralie has to show y'all. And also,
this is the copy my brother gifted me when he found out that I really liked the story when I was in college. So
yes, that's fun.
To me.
That's fun. And also, if I look over here, it's because I'm using another screen to have my books up so I can see. Next, I read the trilogy, the Ravenwood Saga.
I feel like you did tell me you were doing that, but I forgot.
Yeah, I did. I did all three.
All three of them, though.
I did. Yeah, back to back to back. I just went right through it because
they're so good.
They are so good. Pepper, I threw it. It's over there. I'm
was
sorry you can't find it.
I think last year that was both of us. That was our number one book of the year.
I think it was 2024, but yeah.
That's what I meant. It's fine, guys.
Because I know I picked Emmeline Dulaine last year. But yes, it was our favorite the year before.
For 2024. I wrote the date down the other day, guys. Okay. Fun fact, I normally default when I write the wrong date to 2012. For some reason, it's just the date that my brain goes to. But I didn't do that this time. I wrote 2006. So I don't know, just 20 years disappeared.
Okay, but I've been writing January 2026.
Have you?
The last 2 weeks. And I don't know why. I'm like, I'm still in the right year at least. I'm like, you
wasn't in the right
time traveling here. But I'm like, wait, it is not the first month of the year. We're way into that. But
yeah. The series that Cassie just held up is the Ravenwood series by Morgan Bussey. Highly recommend those.
But I think she was talking about the Oathbound series by Victoria McCombs, which is also a fabulous trilogy.
I've read the first book. I haven't read the rest of them.
So, yeah.
Oh, we got a 2006 friend in the chat. Yes, my brain.
Oh no, she wasn't born then. She's not a 2000.
Girl, I said I was born. Girl, I can't read. 5.
She was not born then. She's not a 2006 friend.
Yes, Oathbound, fantastic.
Yeah, good trilogy. Definitely gotta finish.
I need books 2 and 3 for that one.
You do, because they're really good.
I love pirate stories and ocean stories, so they're like right up my alley.
Yeah.
Okay, I was close. 2007.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. Can y'all tell that it's been a day for both of us?
It's been a week. It's been a time.
It has been a week.
It's been a life.
It's been a very long week. It's been a good, well, mostly good week, but it's been a long week.
Yeah. Okay. So then I also read Listen to Your Heart by Casey West, which this is the Spanish edition because I don't own it in English. And no, I did not read it in Spanish. I was gifted this in Spanish.
Continuing your Casey West saga over here. I think you've read Casey West every month for how many months now? Several?
Maybe. I don't know. Did I read Casey West last? I did. Did I read it in January?
I feel like you've been reading a lot.
Did not in January. But I read other romance novels, so that might be why you thought that. But no, not Casey West in January. Okay, Casey West. I also read Happily Ever After by Kira Cass, which I have a copy. I just don't know where it is. At my mom's house, probably. But that was to fulfill a square. That was my first square fulfilled in March, which was the anthology square, which I don't know where it is on here, but it's somewhere on here.
That is such a pretty map.
That is really pretty. I forgot there was a map in that book.
And it's in purple. It's like a purpley pink kind of vibe.
We love it.
I just think this is a beautiful, beautiful book.
Yeah.
Heather said,
I just saw you didn't love Oathbound as much as you thought. That is a bummer. I'm sorry. I enjoyed it, but
it was surprisingly dark. It is by a Christian author. It's been a couple years since I read it, but I like piratey things, and pirate stories do often have like more violence because of the swashbucklingness.
Yes, that's true.
And I need to know what's going on with the rest of the series, obviously, but yeah, pirate stories for me are like it's like Pirates of the Caribbean. There's adventure, there's betrayal, there's all the good stuff.
Yeah. Right? The plot twists were so good.
Lots of plot twists, especially that last page. I just remember being like, what?
I can't remember what's on the last page.
I don't remember what it was. I just remember my mind was blown. And then I think we went to Realm Makers or something because I didn't end up going immediately to book 2, even though I wanted to.
Yeah.
So
I need to reread those. Maybe.
I would like to reread the first one because it's been a couple years and then do 2 and 3.
Well, I am currently in jail on my Monopoly board, and I have to read 3 books to get out of jail. So
you have to read 3 mystery books, don't you?
No, the mystery book is this one.
I think you have to read 3 mystery books to get out of jail. Let me look at the rules.
Wait, really? I thought it was just 3 books.
No, I think it's. Oh, it might be 3 books that are on the TBR. Hold on, let me look.
We should clear this up because I was already.
It's in the rules. I just don't remember off the top of my head.
I don't know. Guys, we
wrote rules because we knew we were going to forget. Oh, okay. 3 books that you own. That's it. That sounds right. Because
I own those 3. So, wait.
Next 3 books must be books that you own, or you can choose to read 1 book in a genre that you wouldn't normally choose.
Oh, so I could read just 1 book.
But you have to pick a genre you don't normally choose.
Well, I'm rereading the Harry Potter book, so I was just going to put the 3 on there.
I was going to say that does not count as a book that you wouldn't normally read.
No, I know. That would count as the 3, though. I was going to count as the 3. Yeah.
But you have to finish your crime book first by your rules.
I do. I got to start that today because I just finished the one right before it. So
Heather says, I do love pirate stories, but because it was an Enclave book, I expect it to have more obvious Christian themes. I think Enclave has a good variety of more overt and less overt in their catalog, which is kind of cool, I think. But it does, like, if you go into it expecting it to be more overt than it is, I could see how that would be a disappointment.
And I think, because I think it's one of the few where they don't have a godlike character. I don't want to say character, but character in a sense, right? Because, like, I don't want to give spoilers, but some of them have, like, something that they attribute to God, right? Like, they have a godlike figure, where Oathbound didn't have that.
That's fair.
So,
and then she also says she's on her first roll. Girl, I feel you. We should talk a little bit about how the boards are going when we finish this bit, but what else did you read?
I also read The 100, Day 21, so book 2.
I need to know your thoughts on that later.
There is some content in here, lots of innuendos and swear words, so just be aware of that. Definitely not Christian. And it's been a minute since I read it. There might be a fade to black scene, but I can't remember.
I think there is in the TV series, but I've never read the books.
Oh yeah, there is a fade to black, so just be aware of that.
Books, here's our normal disclaimer. Books that we read and recommend don't necessarily mean that we recommend them for everyone.
Yes.
Or at all, sometimes.
I mean, if I don't recommend it at all, I typically don't tell you guys about it. All right, so the next one I read Emerald Green. Yes.
I love this cover.
It's so pretty. It's so good. It's such a good series.
You finally got to the conclusion.
I did.
We haven't talked about this yet. We should also talk about that. Guys, it's been, if we haven't had a chance to talk about what we're reading, then you know it's been crazy busy.
Yeah. But, so then I forgot to grab this book. What?
So if you like time travel stories,
that is a good one.
But that's book 3, so don't start there.
Yeah, don't start there. The next book I forgot to grab. I do actually own it, but I forgot to grab it. It's Wrath of the Storm by Jennifer Nielsen. Also the last book in a trilogy. So don't start there. You will be thoroughly confused. Good series, not my favorite of hers. I like her other series better, but it was still good. So yeah.
Every time you mention Jennifer Nielsen, I'm like, I did that. That's my fault. I introduced her.
Yeah. You're welcome. Now you get to hear me talk about it all the time. I also read To Catch a Suitor by Sarah Adams, which is also book 2, but it's a romance novel, so it kind of doesn't matter. But it does
usually more standalone.
Yeah, it does like mention things that happened in the previous book, and you'll just know in the previous book what happens to certain characters, but it's fine. So there's that. And then what?
I was just gonna comment the Coralie whipping out books. So I don't know if you guys have noticed this in the past, but if I have a book that Cassie has read, we like to show you guys the covers because that makes us a little more interactive and fun. Vice versa. Sometimes she'll have books that I've read that like I don't own or she doesn't own, or sometimes I think you have some of your books at like your mom's place sometimes, and so I'll have a copy. And so rather than us not this is just sitting here talking, we'll every month before we do this live, we text each other. We're like, do you have this, or that? And sometimes we'll be like, no. And sometimes we'll be like, yeah, I got all those. This month I happen to have several that Cassie read, mostly because I told her to read them.
True. Very true. She did.
But yeah. Yes. Yeah. Good observation skills.
Yes.
Fun little behind the scenes fact there for you.
Yes. Okay, I have 3 more.
Sorry, we keep interrupting Cassie.
No, it's okay. So the next one I finished was Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross, also a book 2. Also very secular, a little dark, but I loved it. There's magic and there's typewriters and writing, and it's just like, ooh. I know. And also, so I had to, maybe I should have grabbed it, but I bought book 1 with my Barnes & Noble gift card, but I bought the very special edition book 1. Should I go get it?
Oh, you tell us what your last couple reads are and then go grab it and I'll chat.
Okay. So the next book I read was Magic by Angie Sage. And then it's a book I read a long time ago. I never finished the series. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll finish the series. But it's book 1, so that'll be a while. There's like 8 books, but it's fine. Woo. And then the last thing I read for the month is the Bible.
That's right. You finished?
I finished. Yeah. Yay. And I finished early.
Yeah. You were supposed to finish it sometime in April, weren't you?
Yeah. Like the 6th or 7th.
Our listeners in here.
So every year I have started, well, maybe not every year, but I have started like 7 times to read the Bible in 90 days. And I have always fizzled out. Except this time, I did it. I made it through, and I did it early because I was falling behind on my other Bible studies because I was spending all the time like listening to this, because I did it on audio, by the way. That I was just like, I need to finish this so I can get caught up on my other Bible studies. So I finished it. I read the whole Bible in 86 days or whatever it was, 87 days. I don't know.
That's exciting.
So
go grab that special copy.
Okay.
Yeah, and she's been reading so much, listening to so many chapters a day with the Bible in 90 days. I've never done it in 90 days. The best I've ever done is in a year. So that's highly impressive to me, but good work.
Okay, are you ready for this?
Probably not.
It's gorgeous. I love it so much.
Ooh, that is very pretty. I remember you telling me about that. Oh, I love the side. Is that a boxed edition?
It is a boxed edition. Wait till I pull it out because it gets better.
Just keeps giving. The gift that keeps on giving. Oh, the nice little typewriter. Yes, we need the ooh, like the Grinch.
Ready?
I'm going. Oh, I really like the back.
And then,
oh, she got in papers.
She did.
Are they the same or different? Oh, you get the map in the back. Nice.
Yeah.
Love a good map.
Yep. So I had to buy it.
Heather says her
I
friend
had
loves
to give
Rebecca Ross. That's cool.
Yes. Now there is content in these books. There's LGBTQ side characters and fade to black scene and book 2 actually it doesn't fade to black, but it doesn't get too graphic either. So just be warned.
There's content. Read at your own discretion.
Yes, content.
So,
but it's just so beautiful, and the story was so good that I was like, I'm gonna buy it.
Of your 13 reads, what was your favorite for the month?
Okay, I have 3. Well, I should probably include the Bible in there.
I think the Bible aside, that's not fair.
Okay. So Bible aside, I'm thinking my favorites, which you own one of them, so you might have to bring it back up. You probably know which one I'm thinking. So one of my favorites is always going to be The Mark of the Raven. Always. The other favorite is definitely Emerald Green.
I was right.
And then the third favorite would be the Ruthless Vows, the sequel to Divine Rivals.
Ruthless Vows.
Ruthless Vows, yeah.
I'm writing it down.
Girl, I wish you would read this so that we can talk about it.
So, we'll have to chat. Maybe. What do you think are any of those contenders for the year?
I don't know if I'll do the Ravenwood Saga as a contender just because
we generally don't do rereads for our favorite of the year just because it's unfair to put a reread against a new read.
Yeah.
So
and I can't do the other two because they're sequels, but the first books of those series are definitely contenders for.
We did do that last year. Last year, my favorite book of the year was a book 2, so we gave away a book 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you think both Ruby Red and Divine, whatever it's called?
Emerald Green and Divine Rivals, yes.
Yeah. Well, Ruby Red's book 1, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you said Ruby Red. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, Ruby Red, Divine Rivals. I think there's another one that I think was my favorite. I'm looking at my list real quick.
Heather says she thinks her favorite so far might be The Princess Search. I think that's interesting because that was not my favorite in that series. I did enjoy it, but it was not my favorite of the series. I liked the one before it, The Princess Game, a lot. Actually, I really liked book 2 and the Red Riding Hood one. I'm not a huge Red Riding Hood fan, but the Red Riding Hood that she did, I thought was really good. And then the Rumpelstiltskin one was really fun, which was book 3. But book 4 was Sleeping Beauty, and Sleeping Beauty I adore Sleeping Beauty, and her rendition of Sleeping Beauty was fantastic. Did you figure out what else you got going for favorite of the year?
I think it's just those 2, which honestly I'd probably pick Ruby Red over Divine Rivals because of content.
That's fair.
I don't think I would buy Divine Rivals to give to somebody unless I knew they were okay with.
Knew the person. That's fair. And we do take those things into consideration. So you guys don't have to stress about that with the giveaway at the end of the year.
Yeah.
What was something that was difficult or challenging? And what was something that was surprising or delightful?
Surprising. We'll start with surprising. Delightful. I think delightful is just the Mark of the Raven series is always so delightful. It just warms my soul. I love it. It's so good. If you haven't read it, yeah, and it's just the message. It's just so good. I think what was challenging was The Wrath of the Storm was the last book I read for the Bookopoly challenge. So not all of these books applied to the challenge. That was the last book I read, and I finished it on the 19th of March. I have been stuck since then on a book that I was going to read for a square that I have since decided not to and pick something else because it was taking too long. It was very interesting. Really enjoy the book. I still want to read it. I was feeling like kind of giving up on the challenge where I was like, I am never going to get through this. Like in the what has it been? 20 days that I've had it, I've read 5 pages.
I think that's really funny because you zoomed through the board like the first couple of months.
Yeah.
And so I think that like if you had gone at a normal pace, maybe that wouldn't have felt so bad, but you were like boom, 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 and then you stalled out.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and then I'm looking at my weeks though, and it's like I don't know when I'm actually gonna have time to read it because it's a physical book, it's not an audiobook, which makes it hard. I have not had any reading time before bed. Part of that was because I tore my entire apartment apart trying to find my passport. It is found.
Which she did find.
Yes, it is found. But now my apartment needs to get put back together. And so, no, I'm not on a second board. This is my board.
No, but she's gone around the board a couple of times, I think. Haven't you?
Yes, twice. Could have been 3 times, but I ended up in jail. So
well, and you kept going back for some chance card stuff too.
I did. Okay, so this board, this side of the board, I can't see, is so empty because I've landed on this 2 or 3 times now. And all of the times it has told me to go elsewhere. Hence why there is no color over here at all. So like we've got, colors smattered all over, but not there.
I think it's a good example though of because I'll show you my board here in a second, but it's a good example of there's so many different ways to do this challenge. Cassie has been booking it, pun very much intended, through this challenge, and I have not been. But she's been filling out her squares. She's also been going 1 square at a time and going around the board multiple times so that she can get the whole board filled out and all these things. And I just landed on go for the first time. Like I have just made my first circuit around the board. So I think it's a great example of there are different ways to do this. Also, I think it's a great example of if you pick out a book for a square and it's not working out for some reason, it's totally okay to just say, hey, I want to either DNF the book or I want to read this book, but not for the challenge, and pick a different book for that square for the challenge. We really, 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 it's important to us. We really want you guys to find this challenge motivating and fun, not like a chore. So if something's not working, fix it, right? We're not here for legalistic rules. We're here to have fun and find joy in our reading. I almost said writing, in our reading, and to make reading fun and engaging and to have community around that, and to read on purpose. That's the other thing is we want to set goals and read goals actively rather than haphazardly. I don't know if we ever talked about this. I think we probably have at some point. But so we started this challenge 3 years ago now, I think.
We mention this every time that we announce our new thing.
Every time we announce it. Well, just one thing that I think is fascinating is one of the reasons we started this was just because we're besties and we like to read. But I've tracked my reading, what I have read every year since like 2014 or something, since I was in college, basically. And I read before that, but I didn't track what I read. Because there was a girl in high school who said something to me about, well, I'm glad you have time for reading. As you get older, you won't have time for reading. And I kind of took that as a personal challenge and was like, you want to bet? Watch. And so I have intentionally chosen to target 50 books a year every year as my minimum, which is a lot for some people. And for like, if you get 4 books a year, that's fine. That's great. There is no comparison here for that. But it just, the point is, I have tracked my reading for like over a decade at this point. Cassie hadn't tracked her reading, and she was like, well, I want to do more reading. I don't have enough time to read. I don't make enough time to read. That's something I want to do. And it was really funny because Cassie, one thing she had said to me was, I love that you read so much. I feel like you're a fast reader and you read all these books, and I want to be more like that. And from the first challenge, we have discovered Cassie reads way faster than I do. And to be fair, she listens to audiobooks way faster than I do. I read physical books usually faster than she does, depending on what else is going on in my life. But overall, Cassie's like books in a year is generally a much higher count than mine. Again, this isn't about comparison. It's just the fact that she wasn't tracking her reading beforehand. And then
I had no idea.
Right, she had no idea. And even beforehand, she may not have been reading that many books because she wasn't reading on purpose. She wasn't reading intentionally. So that's the other thing is, aside from we really want you guys to enjoy this, we want you guys to, like, if reading is important to you, we want you to be able to track. That's why we have the tracker. That's why we make it a game, because we want you guys to meet the goals that you set if reading is important to you. So there's my little mid-year
We love it. We love it.
All right, I got to go through some of these comments because I was focused there. Lucy says, pulled a card to visit a used bookstore. That's fun. We have very few of those and none close by, so I went to the book section of a thrift store. That's perfect. That's a really good example of adapting the challenge. I love that.
Yeah.
Heather says, I'm both reading whatever I want and filling in whatever prompt fits them and rolling for random one. So hence I'm reading my first roll. That's great. And that's kind of what I like. So Cassie is like rolling, landing on a square, reading that book before she rolls on, which is usually something I would do. We've kind of swapped roles a little bit this year. And what I'm doing is landing on a square, deciding what I'm going to read for that, and then going ahead to roll so I can think about what I want for the next one. But I'm not holding myself to finishing one book before I continue, just because I've had so many work reads lately. I don't like reading multiple books at once, but lately it has been that way just because of the nature of what's going on in my life. So pulled the bookstore card before you went on vacation and happened to find one while you were there. That's a fun story.
That is a super fun story.
I also like that the challenges can make like fun memories like that too.
Yeah.
Oh, I clicked the wrong one. That's fine. We'll go back. Maybe walk around the board and earn 6 points. Yes. I love it. Keep track of what you're reading in your reading tracker so that you can submit that for prizes.
Yeah. And I also, I do roll ahead a little bit. So that way I can plan ahead to get my books. I just don't start them.
Think about what do you want to fulfill that square, right?
Right. Yeah. So like I had already hit the crime novel when I was reading the one about like a topic that you want to learn more about. That's the square I got stuck on. Yep. And so I've been sitting on the go to jail square for a long time waiting to finish that. But I was thinking like, what am I going to read? I actually still don't know. I haven't decided. If you guys have thoughts, here, let's put it to you guys. So I bought a crime novel when I was in Ireland years ago. This was like 13 years ago, and I have not read it.
Bless you.
And it's written by an Irish author, right? That was going to be like my souvenir. I wanted a book written by an Irish author bought in Ireland, and I haven't read it. So I thought about reading that, or I've also really wanted to pick up one of my Nancy Drew books that I haven't picked up in a really long time. So those are my options. And by Nancy Drew, I have like 50 of them. So
yeah, I love
if you guys have a thought here,
challengers who say they've never tracked their reading before, and it's actually, I like that you're seeing that progress is really cool. Okay, Heather and Lucy both asked about points. Some of the cards that you draw will say 2 points or take a point away or whatever. There's very few of those because we wanted to keep it pretty straightforward. Essentially, each challenge that you fill,
so each square
that you fill, you get 1 point for. So if you, like, most of them, that's 1 book. Some of them, like jail, is not. You get 3 books. But each challenge that you fulfill on the board is a point, basically. So.
Yes. And then there you get points for pass and go.
You do get points for pass and go. That's written on the board too. So yeah. There's some like give and take in there. Just try to make it a little bit more fun and a little bit more like Monopoly. But
it is on here. Collect a prize point as you pass go.
Yeah, every time you pass go, you'll get a point. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, and then Castle and Dice says it was a bookstore next to a cool chapel with a courtyard. That's cool.
That is really cool.
I love it. Okay. If you guys have more questions, let us know. If you think Cassie should read the Irish crime novel or the after you pass the second time, because the first time you have to fulfill the challenge, but you get a point for fulfilling the challenge to go to the library.
Yeah.
If you Nancy Drew versus Irish crime, if you have thoughts, drop them in the chat. I'll go ahead and say I read 5 books this month. Technically, I read 6 because I read 1 book twice for work, but it's 5 different books that I read. Heather says, read the Porn and Glaze Irish novel. Love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So I can't talk about the first book that I read twice because it's not out yet. But I just got this today. I can show you the book that I couldn't talk about last time that I can talk about now is The Lost Legend is the new Green Ember book that comes out in 2 weeks. So that was what I was reading in like January. Okay, and then I finally finished Dawn and Embers.
Woo! About time.
I know. I loved it, to be fair. It didn't take me forever to finish it because of anything wrong with the book. It was purely because my life has been a little bit chaotic. So, yes, the Green Ember series is fantastic. New book comes out on the 21st. You can get it from the Story Warren website. So, I got those. My boss sent me my copy in the mail, and I finally got them.
Wait, did you actually get it?
Okay, so story time. My boss sent them via UPS, and the UPS tracking link said that they were delivered yesterday at 2:00. And it said that the UPS person met the customer, like met the recipient. And I was like, I was here all day long. Nobody knocked on my door. There was no package on my front porch. There's no package in my mailbox. You lied. So I walked down to my mailbox today to see if maybe they put it in the parcel locker. And it wasn't in the parcel locker. I talked to my landlady at the office. I thought maybe they dropped it at the office instead of at the apartment door. She hadn't seen or heard anything. She's like, well, I'll talk to other people who have your same apartment number in different buildings to see if maybe they delivered it to the wrong building. And so I was like, okay, well, I texted my boss and he said, well, I'll send you, we'll reship them if they don't turn up. And I was like, okay, cool. No big deal, right? It's not like I need them urgently for anything. And so then I step outside my door a couple hours later and it's on my door. They've not knocked. They haven't, nobody said, got no email notification, nothing. It just magically appeared on my doorstep.
I bet it arrived at someone else's door and they delivered it to you.
I saw the UPS person walk past my window. It was a UPS uniform. They lied. Bold-faced lied. Anyway, but so yes, I did just get them right before the live. So
perfect.
Yay! And I love the cover. I think it's super pretty. This is a book 2. This is book 1. So start with this one and then do this one. But it's a really fun book too. So no, I didn't beta read it. I did edits for it. So I work for Story Warren. So I work with Sam and his brothers and whatnot. Andrew is my boss. So I emailed it out to beta readers and I implemented beta reader feedback in the document. proofread it and stuff like that. So do recommend. It's really fun. If you haven't read, I do have to caveat, if you haven't read the original quartet, the first 4 books, The Green Ember, this is a spin-off series. It does have, like, it has some spoilers. So read the first series before this if you have not. If you've read the first series, you're good. So there's that. Okay, and then I've got 3 other books. 2 of them. So one of my annual goals this year is to reread the Magic Treehouse books because I loved the Magic Treehouse books as a little girl. And so I read the first 2 of them. They're quick little 20-minute reads. Both of these were rereads. I've not read every single one of these because I didn't own them as a kid. I just went to the library and read what they had. I now own all of them except for 2 of the original series. I don't own all the spin-off series. So I read the first 2. The first one is Dinosaurs Before Dark. And the second one is The Night at Dawn. So there's that. I really enjoy the Magic Treehouse books. And then the last book I read was a nonfiction book that I don't own called Beyond the Story. It was a like a biography of the K-pop group BTS and the impact they've had on the music industry, and kind of like a chronicle of the first 10 years of their journey and the different obstacles they faced and how they got where they are and all that stuff. So it was really interesting. Probably my favorite nonfiction read of the year, but I'm a little bit of a music nerd, and it wasn't like music theory nerdy kind of stuff, which is what my degree is in, but it was more music industry type stuff, which was really cool. They like walked through different tracks on different albums that they've released and what led to each album and performances that were impactful and different records they broke and stuff like that. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. Probably my favorite nonfiction read of the year. Definitely my favorite nonfiction book of the month, for sure. And Dawn and Embers would be my favorite fiction read of the month. Shocker.
Surprise! That book has been your favorite every year that you read it. That's the one that you've been, because you've given out A Fire and Ash twice now.
Actually, I think that was before we started the challenge, or was it? Maybe that was the first year we did the challenge.
Yeah, I think it was the first year.
Maybe. I think you're probably right. Anyway, I think it was a really good conclusion. She wrapped up all the things. There was only one thing, and I think we talked about this. There's one thing that I was expecting to happen that never happened. It was a very minor thing, nothing related to any of the like actual plot. It was just this offhanded comment that she made that I made more of the offhanded comment, and I was like, this is going to turn into a whole scene, and I'm stressed out, and it never did. So that was the only thing I was like, what was that about? Come on.
I was waiting for her to read it so that we could talk about that because I was like, I know this is not going to be your jam.
Yeah. And then it turned out it wasn't a thing at all. And I was like, okay, that's fine. So I was mildly intrigued, but also completely horrified. So yeah, that was my 5 books. The challenge is just that it's been difficult I've had so much work reading and editing and like a freelance book that I've been working on for Enclave for the last couple of weeks that I've just not had the brain space or the time because I'm spending my evenings proofreading for Enclave and my like during the daytime working with Storywarn. I've not been able to read much of anything, which is why I turned to the little 20-minute Magic Treehouse books because I was like, I can engage for 20 minutes and then be done. So that has been a bit of a challenge, is just making time for reading in a season that has been very difficult for reading, mostly with work reads, but also with some like personal stuff. I think we mentioned last time I had a minor injury and I'm fine. Everything's fine. But it just took so much of my energy and brain space to try to deal with that. And it's also tax season and Easter at church. And so it's just been a very chaotic season for me, which is a little weird. Normally spring's not quite this busy for me. So that's kind of the challenge. A little bit of a reading slump with all of the chaos going on. But I will say that I think that picking up the Magic Treehouse books were delightful. because it just made me feel like a little kid again. And I love going back to read books that kind of give you that nostalgia and that you can find the delight in. So
yes,
that was my mom. Oh, let me grab my board and show you my board. My green dice over here. So I'm currently, so finally Dawn of Embers was, funnily enough, my first roll. So I finally finished the square for my first roll. My second roll was an audiobook that I impulse read for free parking. It was a Rapunzel, like an inverted Rapunzel retelling. My third roll was supposed to be a book about a person, and I was originally going to do Joshua because I'm reading a Bible study on Joshua and doing the workbook for that. But I actually think I'm going to put the BTS book there because it was about a group, a musical group, and I feel like that fits maybe a little bit better, even though Joshua is about Joshua. It's, I don't know. So I think I'm going to swap that one for the BTS book and put that there, and maybe I'll use Joshua somewhere else. And then my next roll is the one that I'm currently on. This is my first community chest roll, which is read a book that there's a movie adaptation of. And I thought about like 80 different books. I was like, what am I going to read for this? I can't think of what to read for this. There's so many different options. There's books I've never read. There's rereads. There's kids' books. There's, books that'll take a little while that are more heavier reading and all the things. And I don't remember what brought it up. Cassie said something and my brain was like, all of a sudden, Ella Enchanted. I haven't read Ella Enchanted in a couple of years, and I usually read it every couple of years again. And it is a delightful story. It is one of my favorite books. So I think it's perfect for like the reading slump. Cassie was like, you need to read this one because you need to read a book you're going to love.
Yeah.
So that's the one.
Out of the reading slump.
Exactly. And then the next one I landed on was Go. So I know when I finish Ella Enchanted, I'll have to go to the library for the first time. So for those of you who aren't really very far into your board, you're not alone. There you go. Yes. Yes, Catherine's sister is getting married during finals week. And then your cousin is getting married the weekend after out of state. That's crazy.
That is a little bit crazy.
Just finished That Hideous Strength by C.S. Lewis. Really good, but hard to understand. Lewis, you gotta chew on Lewis a little bit. I think he takes some time to like get used to and think through and whatnot. So sorry that you have been similarly stressed, Lucy. That is,
yes.
Seasons of life are like that sometimes, but it's all good. So we hope to see you for the Zoom where we will chat and things. If you think these lives are crazy, you should come to this.
Yes. It's not just us talking in the Zooms. Y'all get to talk.
That's where you guys come. You can bring books you want to talk about, or some of you are writers. Sometimes we talk a little bit about writing. Sometimes we just talk about life. We're happy to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Sometimes we talk about brainstorming for the next challenge. Love to know if any of you guys read Milk Lake for the short story for the prize for last year, because I think that's my favorite one that we've written. We haven't talked about it yet. So maybe we'll talk about Lake. We'll see.
Honestly, this year's been so busy, I forgot that we even wrote that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just.
Yeah. We got some love for the Zoom chats. Need more crazy. Come join the crazy. It's really just a time to laugh and fellowship. It's the community side of things.
The one that you highlighted is she asked if the Zoom was scheduled, and you were just like, "We love."
That's right. You came late, Catherine. It'll be in the email, but it's going to be for Monday the 27th at 2:00. Yes. You're in Central Time, 2:00. Yeah. I was about to do the conversion for you, and then I remembered you're still in Central. So,
yeah. Well, if I'm in Central, she's in Central. She's not too far from me.
Yep. I'm excited to see you next week too.
She is kind of far, but also not. We're on the opposite ends of
the same area, yeah.
Of the same area, yeah. Trying not to like give out your location there.
Right. But we're excited that, you know, reading, some months are busier, some months are slower, some months are delightful, some months are difficult, and it's the highs and the lows, and all through it, God is good. God has a plan.
Yes.
Nothing surprises him.
Yes.
It's going to be okay. So we'll see you for our Zoom. That'll be the next time we see you guys, is for anybody who's coming, the Zoom on the 27th. And then after that, we'll have probably the same week, but I have to confirm this with Cassie. We'll have our live for April. So no, you haven't missed the email yet. I like to wait till after we do the lives to send those out, because we like the stuff that we talk about here is what'll end up in that email. So I'll send that out prayerfully this weekend.
Yes.
Lord
also, last thing, kind of an announcement. I still have a few slots for tutoring. So if you know anybody who needs
that's
help,
right. You just had a slot open up recently, didn't you?
I did, yeah. So yeah, if you know anybody that needs some tutoring, I do writing of all ages, and ironically, I've started tutoring in math, younger math.
If y'all know Cassie, that is the funniest thing on the planet.
Now, to be fair, okay, so I always said I don't math, I'm a writer. It's because I really hate math. That's why. But my mom got so mad at me one day. Like, when I say mad, it was full name mad. Like, we had all three names. Yeah, she was like, don't you dare ever say that you're bad at math again, and blah, blah, blah. Like, it was a whole 20-minute tirade where I was like, yes ma'am, yes ma'am, yes ma'am, I will never say it again, ma'am. Can we move on from this conversation? And yeah, so I was like, all right, I will never say it in front of you again. I still thought I would keep saying it, just not in front of her. But then turns out I am now tutoring math, and I'm actually pretty good at it. I was like, oh wow, I'm actually good at this. I could do a lot of this in my head, which I didn't know I could do.
Your mama was right.
She was right.
Don't tell her though. She'll never let you do it.
No.
Have you guys, okay, one quick story and then we'll pop off here, but have you guys ever seen, I wish I had a copy of this, the children's book that says, it like the whole book is a little picture book. The whole book is like, I'm not good at this. I can't that. Da, 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 da. And so the first half of the book is just all of these statements of like, oh, I'm not a very good artist, or I'm not a very good roller skater, or whatever, I don't remember what the actual things are. And then the second half of the book is the exact same thing, except it adds the word yet. I'm not good yet. I haven't learned this yet. And so it's a really cute little book. Super simple. It's not like real big illustrations or anything. The whole point of the book is that exact same thing. Is you say that you're not good at something, or you don't like something, or whatever. And the truth is you're not good at it yet, because we can all grow and improve. So
yeah.
I wish I remembered the name of it. I'll have to look it up. It's like the Yet picture book or whatever it is. I've read it I used to work for a children's library, and I think that's where I came across it. I'll see if I can find it, if you guys are interested. But it's a good reminder that we say those things.
It's also like, whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right.
Henry Ford, one of my favorite quotes.
Yeah. And so my mom was right. Like, I needed to quit, and I knew I wasn't terrible at math. I can do quite a bit in my head. It's just like, once you start adding letters and numbers together, that's when you lost me. Like, that was really when I got lost in math, was that point. Everything before then,
it's funny because that's
fractions were a little iffy, but like, I still understood them.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, the poor student I'm tutoring right now, like, fractions, she does not understand. So we got to break those down a little more. But yeah, it was algebra. It was when the letters came out that I was like,
I got excited. That's where I actually skipped a year in math, and they put me in algebra early. And I was like, what is this? This is amazing.
No, I barely passed algebra, and it was with my mom's help. Like, she was my tutor. And like, I would do, how like you have to end up with like whatever letter equals whatever number, and you're trying to figure out what that is. And so like I would be doing this thing and I'd have like the entire sheet filled. And mom's like, what are you doing? I was like, I don't know. I'm just getting rid of numbers on each side until I get one letter and one number. She's like, but you're doing it wrong. I'm like, well, I don't understand the right way to do it. I just know you got to get one letter, one number at the end.
Like the tutoring, if you were to look at some like basic algebra again, you would be surprised.
Maybe.
I think so.
Maybe. I did have somebody that was like, can you help tutor me for the SAT in math? And I was like, heck no, child. Nope. I cannot do that.
Bless you.
If you need help with like division and multiplication and fractions, I'm your girl. I can help with that. But I'm pretty sure the SAT covers things a little bit more challenging than that in the math department.
Oh my goodness. Well, guys, don't give up. You just haven't done it yet.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
Happy reading. We'll see you guys. Oh, good luck with the SAT. Good luck. Good luck.
Yes.
But we'll see you guys next month. Between now and then, enjoy your challenge, have some fellowship, and mark your calendars for the 27th because we'd love to see you.
Yes.
All right. Bye.
Bye.